today's contestants. A museum interpreter from Amawalk, New York, Katie Palumbo. A teacher from Coronado, California, Jimmy Davering. And our returning champion, a blogger, podcaster, and freelance writer, originally from Springfield, Illinois, Yogesh Rout, whose 3-day cash winnings total $96,403. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Ken Jennings.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you, Johnny Gilbert, and welcome to Jeopardy on this Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. In a year that marks the 60th anniversary of the March on Washington and Dr. King's historic I Have a Dream speech. Here on Jeopardy, we wrapped up the week on Friday with a thrilling game where our champion Yogesh and his nearest challenger Michael each came up with the correct response to 25 clues. Wow. Despite not finding a single daily double, Yogesh was only $2,200 off the lead heading into Final Jeopardy, and he was the only player to come up with the correct response. Who is Tom Clancy, taking the lead in dramatic fashion? Let's see if he can make it 4 wins today as we welcome new challengers Jimmy and Katie to the Alex Trebek stage. Good luck, everyone. Here are the categories in the Jeopardy round. First up, we have the colors of science. Then Major League Baseball teams, circles, squares, and dodecahedrons. We have cliches rephrase, then purebred, dog tails. Yogesh, you're the champ. You begin.
Dodecahedrons, 1,000.
Found at 66.5 degrees south latitude, it's one of the 5 major geographic circles of the Earth. Yogesh.
What is the Tropic of Capricorn?
No. Jimmy.
What is the Antarctic Circle?
That's correct. Further south.
Purebred 600.
Despite the C at the front of the name of this puffy Jewish bread sometimes being silent, its name sounds quite loud. Jimmy.
What is challah?
Challah, yes.
Purebred 400.
Rock on. Dark and light rye bread rolled together is deemed this. Katie.
What is marble bread?
Yes.
Dogtails for 600.
In a story set in the 19th century, a mad wolf with rabies is the last fight this faithful title canine has. And now I'm crying. Katie.
Who is Old Yeller?
You got it.
Dogtails for 800.
This colorful title wolf dog bounded to life in a 1906 Jack London novel. Katie?
Who is White Fang?
Good.
Dogtails for 1,000.
John Steinbeck went in search of America during his travels with this French poodle. Yogesh.
Who is Charlie?
Yes.
Dodecahedrons, 8.
For this move, also a leisurely walk, square dancers join hands and walk counterclockwise until they reach the home position. Yogesh.
What is Promenade?
Yes.
Baseball, 800.
The swinging friar is the official mascot of this team. Katie.
Or the Padres?
Right.
Cliches rephrase for 600.
Chefs or niçoise, Monday and Saturday. Katie.
What are salad days?
You're right.
Cliches for 800.
Unhappy Michigan or Utah and their illicit romances. That would be literally a sad state of affairs. Katie?
Cliches for 400.
An ambulatory Britannica. Jimmy?
What is a walking encyclopedia?
Yes.
Cliches 1,000.
A preeminent science journal hates a Dyson or a Hoover. Yogesh?
What is Nature abhors a vacuum?
That's right.
Baseball, 1,000.
Jim Palmer pitched his number 22 into immortality with this team. Yogesh?
Or the Orioles?
Correct.
Colors, 800.
Fossilized plants and insects are often found in specimens of this colorfully named resin. Jimmy?
What is amber?
Right.
Colors 600.
It's the I in Roy G. Biv, a mnemonic for the colors of the visible spectrum. Katie?
What is indigo?
That's correct. That extends your lead over Yogesh and Jimmy to $1,000, and you've brought us to our first break. We'll come back in a moment. Stick around. Comes to us from Amawalk, New York. You're a museum interpreter, but I want to hear about the production of Moby Dick that you appeared in.
Yes, I, very last minute, was asked if I'd be interested in helping out with a theatrical production at the museum where I work. and they made it sound really low key. It turned out I was playing 7 people, and all of the dialogue was directly taken from the book.
Wow.
So,
Can you do all 7 of the characters for us now? No,
missing some cue lines.
I'm just kidding. That's fantastic that you stepped in. Jimmy Daverin from Coronado, California, is a teacher and had a criminal encounter on the streets of Prague as a young man. Tell me about the story.
Well, on the metro, this crew of 5 people actually sort of pushed on in front of my family. I pushed past, and suddenly my mom is sticking her hand down this guy's pants, and suddenly there's all this commotion. And while that's happening, one person out of the whole train is just staring at his map, just like intently staring at his map. I see he's got my dad's wallet inside it. I knock it to the ground, get the wallet back. The crew escapes with punching me right in the face, and I have a permanent scar from that.
Wow, from your Czech crime-fighting days.
Yes.
Well done. I've never met an actual superhero on the show. This is very exciting. Yogesh Raut, originally from Springfield, Illinois, a blogger, a podcaster, a freelance writer. How did you first come across Jeopardy, Yogesh?
So when I was young, I remember the 5-day win and I think later tournament champions of India Cooper, name that jumped out at me, kind of, because of where my parents are from. She passed away a couple years ago, but before then, in 2019, I saw her at an event, and I wanted just to go up to her and tell her this story. I remembered watching her, and I walked up. Before I could say anything, she turned around and said to me, "I'm such a big fan of you."
Oh, that's fantastic. She knew about your Quiz World success and
My blog and my podcast.
and you got to meet India. That's fantastic. Katie, you gave us the last correct response. Where would you like to get back into the game?
Let's go to Dog Tales for 400.
If you're going to write only one kid's book, make it count, like Eric Knight did in 1940 with This Collie Come Home. Yogesh.
It was Lassie.
Yes.
Colors 1000.
The answer there is the Daily Double in the round. You're in second place, but could move into the lead.
Let's make it a true daily double.
All right, betting it all on the colors of science. It's a disease that afflicts cereal grasses, or a diminutive name for a star like the sun.
What is a yellow dwarf?
That's correct. You have $6,400 in the lead.
Bread 1000.
Where do we lay our scene? Why, in fair Verona, where this bread named for a slipper may have been born. Yogesh.
What is ciabatta?
Right.
Bread 800.
This palindromic bread is all the rage when served with vindaloo or tikka masala. Jimmy.
What is non?
Right.
Pure circle, squares, and dodecahedron 600.
It's the equation for the circumference of a circle. Yogesh.
What is 2 pi r?
That's right.
Teams 600.
In 2022, this team gave 73-year-old Dusty Baker his first championship as a manager. He's the oldest skipper to win a World Series. Yogesh.
For the Astros?
Yes.
Dodecahedrons 4.
The damage caused by a barbarian's weapon can be determined by a roll of a dodecahedron, in this game created in 1974. Katie.
What is Dungeons and Dragons?
You're right.
Dog Tales for 200.
This lab was the first part of the title. John Grogan was, and me, experiencing life and love with the world's worst dog. Katie.
Who is Marley?
Marley and me, right.
Colors of Science for 400.
Untreated wastewater from domestic uses like showers and sinks, but not toilets, is classed as this. Katie.
What is gray water?
You got it.
Finish up colors for 200.
In physics, this type of body is a surface that absorbs all the radiation that falls on it. Jimmy.
What is a black hole?
No. Yogesh.
What's a black body?
That's it.
Baseball 4.
The roster of this Major League Baseball team includes Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman. Yogesh.
For the Dodgers?
Yes.
Baseball 200.
This National League team shares its name with a mountain range. Katie.
For the Rockies?
That's correct.
Cliches for 2.
Sodium chloride of our planet. Katie.
What is salt of the earth?
You got it.
Bread for 2.
This word refers to both a type of bread and the starter used to make it, which is mostly flour and water. Katie?
What is sourdough?
That's right. And the final clue in circle, squares, and dodecahedrons. You'll find the National Museum of China on the east side of this square. Katie?
What is Tiananmen Square?
That's correct. You're still in second place. Yogesh has the lead. Jimmy selects first in Double Jeopardy when we come back.